Thank you once again. Good evening. Good evening, friends. This is Kevin once again from the Center for Responsible Tourism Singapore. And today I'm going to touch on the topic of tourism taxes. Tourism tax, not something that many tourists would like. Most of us don't like paying taxes, and when we travel, one of the last things we want to see is these two words, tourism tax or tourist tax. But there's a role for tourism taxes. There's a very meaningful and important role such taxes play, especially in the control of mass tourism in destinations. So, like all or most of my podcasts, I'm going to keep it short, within 5-6 minutes. I don't have anything written down to prepare. I just have in front of me a website, Responsible Travel's website, where they talk about taxes just to give me a guide. So this few minutes I specifically want to talk about what kind of tourism taxes we should have or should see or might see going forward. We are currently in the pandemic. Most parts of the world is still going through a pandemic, and there seems to be no sign in sight of pre-COVID or pre-pandemic kind of travel. Some people say that one of the good things or one of the positives this pandemic has created is that it has somehow destroyed, albeit temporarily, mass tourism. Tourism taxes has been around, especially in the last maybe 10-20 years, as more and more places start to think of strategies and solutions, things that they can do to curb the rise of mass tourism. What kind of tourism taxes or tourist taxes will we or could we see or might we see going forward? One of the features of tourism taxes I feel we will see in the future is that instead of a flat rate or a common number, instead of asking everybody coming to the destination to pay the same amount, what I do feel is that tourists in the future will required to pay based on the purpose of their travel. One of the things that I do see that will change from the way we calculate tourism taxes is going forward, there could be more pressure on destinations to change the framework, relook at the way they come up with the calculation for tourism taxes. Why not tax people according to how much the carrying capacity of the destination is, combined with the size of the place and the reason for the tourists to be coming there, to be going there, together with one or two other factors like the particular months, and maybe one or two factors like the length of stay. So it won't be too far in the future, what I feel, for many destinations to come to the realization that having a fixed number and asking every traveler who comes in and pay the same amount would reflect a very outdated way of calculating tourism taxes. We should be calculating tourism taxes based on these few factors that I'm talking about, and probably a few more factors based on the particular months or the seasons, based on how long people will be there for, based on the current carrying capacity of the destination or destinations, based on the purpose of travel, based on the sensitivity of the places or the sites, So we could actually have tourism taxes being paid more than once for travelers each time they enter a particular country or a particular place. So I think that could be the way forward for tourism taxes. And one of the things which I feel will largely happen to tourism taxes is they will be more and more in line or put in line with how tourism is being planned in the different destinations. How tourism is being planned in different destinations is a very interesting thing. And so we will be looking at the possibility of travelers paying more than one tourism tax when they enter a country. And the way tourism taxes is calculated could be slightly different from one destination to another within the same country. For many countries or for many destinations, technology would be largely used when it comes to coming up with a framework to calculate tourism taxes. So, to combat mass tourism taxes will still prove to be very important. To really combat mass tourism for the long term, what I feel is that is the future for tourism taxes. So it's not an easy topic to tackle, and I just try and make it as short as I can. Do try out our online responsible tourism courses. Write to me if you're keen to take on our online responsible tourism courses. You can write to kevin@crts.asia. kevin@crts.asia. CRTS stands for the Center for Responsible Tourism Singapore. Till the next time, take care. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.